What do you know? Hey guys, that's what Liz says.
No countdown,
Just 3, 2, 1, go. I got it started over there. 3, 2, 1, go, Chad.
nuts.
Hopefully you guys can hear us all right. We got the Glowforge running that you saw over there. Tried to do some sound tweaks this morning to make sure we can get all things in order. But Liz is getting ready for a show. Denny is gone.
Clayton's gone.
Clayton's gone. So you're stuck with us. We're going to see if we can manage to get through a project. We thought that we'd get the Glowforge back out here again and show a little bit of the stuff that it can do and things that we can do and things that we haven't done before that we're going to try today. So, what do we got going on over there on camera 3, Chad?
Well, we have a yin-yang pattern, and it's gonna, after it's done engraving this, it's gonna cut out a circle and cut that out as a shape, and that's gonna be a round gusset. And what we're doing today is we're doing wooden gussets, and we're making some little kind of pouch deals and
purse, pouch, whatever you want to call it. I don't know.
We're gonna call it pouches. It's Tony and I.
You could call it a purse if you want to make it a purse, but it doesn't really matter. But we're going to do a little bit of hand stitching on a piece that we haven't cut out yet. So we do have that as well. We're going to be using some Spanish nails. What else we got?
We got some rhino thread.
Got some rhino thread.
We got closeout.
Yep, a couple different magnetic closures and some double cap rivets. So it's going to be a pretty simple project. I think.
It's supposed to be a simple project. I don't know. We attempted it last night, and
it was humorous. So at least we have that going for us. But yeah, we do have some rhino thread. We have a few select colors on the steals and deals. How much are we selling this for? What, 250 yards?
I believe it's either $4 or $5.
$4 or $5. So there's some turquoise.
Normally it's $7, I think, retail, but it's
Hot pink, watermelon, apricot, light yellow. I can see why we're kind of discontinuing these. These are pretty much the same color. I don't know if you can really tell, but light yellow and apricot.
Yeah.
And I think there's one other.
We got all the colors, and not all of them sell as well as the others. So
yeah, nothing wrong with it. Then a bright orange and a dark purple.
yep. And some of the colors aren't on the website right now, but they will be later. I think there was a little bit of inventory problem with some of them. So
Yeah.
it's gonna
Can everybody hear all right? Let's start there. Make sure everybody can hear okay. We'll just wait. We'll watch the laser as it goes and make sure you can just hear our voices. But there goes cutting a circle.
Abigail, you want to go to 3 real quick here?
But that's Holly.
Oh yeah, Holly. Sorry, Holly.
Just hit 3 on the cameras.
This is Holly's first time on the camera, so. So right now we've got a cut line going around this. It's going to cut it in one pass. I put it at a slower speed and a really high power to make sure we got through it. Usually if you slow down the speed, it'll also cut through thicker materials, so the slower you go, the more it's going to cut through.
got sound now?
So yeah, let us know if you got sound.
Should be fixed.
We're gonna periodically talk about the Glowforge while we're putting stuff together and give you more information on that.
So the reason we had to do two pieces is because the gusset was too small to try to hammer a piece in there. So I think this is the piece of permanent oak that we're going to be using for it. We didn't bring glass slicker in here though.
Failed.
All right, let me go steal.
Should that be on our supply list?
It should be. Let me go grab a glass slicker. Talk amongst yourselves.
All right.
What else can you say about the Glowforge? What other stuff have we done on it, Chad?
Sure. Let's talk about what you can do on a Glowforge. This machine right here is a plus. It is the middle of the line Glowforges. There's also a Pro, which it has a pass through. That's the probably the main difference between that allows you to do longer pieces to engrave or cut. Things that we do personally here, we do acrylic templates on laser engravers. You can do Delrin stamps, so you could make your own maker stamp if you wanted. You can also, instead of using a swivel knife, when you're tooling, you could set up a pattern to like a swivel knife pattern and just cut out those lines and then just tool through that. So you could do that as well. You can cut and engrave wood. What else we got?
I don't know. Did you
Cut
talk
and
about the
engrave
cloth?
leather, cloth, cork. Just pretty much about anything. The only problem with lasering stuff that I've run into is like if you have a lot of texture, then it doesn't seem to engrave quite as well. But I mean, we put just about anything in the laser engraver, including pies.
Oh, we have laser engraved on a pie, haven't we?
Yep,
Yeah, that was.
which worked really well. Basically, it burnt the crust. We engraved something on the crust of the pie. So
All right. Well, I'm going to take some Choco Pro and dump it on the back of this piece of veg because we're not lining this, but just so the purse or whatever it is can look a little more finished on the inside. I'm going to just slick it down with a glass slicker.
should we get you on number 4?
Or probably number 2. Mm-hmm.
Very good.
So we're just going to smooth this around a little bit. We got some more pieces to laser out, Chad, that we're going to do a little bit later, or what's our plan?
Yes.
Okay.
We can laser those out. Let's see, we got some flowers we're gonna do. Cut those out of leather, and then we also got a leather engraving yin yang that's gonna go over the clasp on the pouch.
So I guess we can construct this a little bit until we can talk and keep our sound okay.
Sounds great. And I can talk a little bit more about the Glowforge too.
Okay.
They have 3 different models. They have a basic, a plus, and a pro. And I talked before that we have a plus that we're using right now. We also have a pro here as well, so we use that. Let's see. The price points. The basic is $3,000. The plus is around $4,000, and then the pro is around $6,000. If you go to springfieldleather.com/ or glowforge.com/springfieldleather, then you can get a discount on a Glowforge.
And I think you can also go to springfieldleather.com/Glowforge.
Yep. Maybe that's where I got mixed up.
I don't know. You can do both of them.
Yep.
Our page links to theirs. Their page does not link to ours.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, Abigail should probably put that in the comments sometime, so you can get that link there. And it used to be that it took about a month or 2 before you got your Glowforge, but it seems like they're actually running pretty smoothly now, and I've heard that people have got theirs in like 2 to 3 weeks. So if you're interested in ordering one. The great thing about a Glowforge too is the ability to personalize work. Everybody likes their name on something. If you have a wallet or
I don't like my name on a wanted list.
or a milk carton.
Yeah. Sorry,
Yeah.
I distracted you. Everybody wants their name on something. Sorry, continue on.
Or you want to personalize something with a little quote, or it's a gift. So anybody that's out there making leather projects for somebody else, personalizing an item is a great way, a great thing that the Glowforge can do for you.
All right. Got a piece of canvas somewhere?
Here we go. Right here. Whole bag of it.
So you already did these edges, didn't you?
I did. Probably not to Tony level.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
I was unsupervised this morning, which is not a good thing in leather crafting world.
Yeah, unsupervised. I did get some on the top from my paper. But you know what you can do? You can just wipe it all on the top too.
I got some on the top too, don't worry about it.
Oh, maybe it was me. Maybe it wasn't me that did it. Maybe it was you.
They possible.
You gonna go laser something out? What are you doing? Oh, turn the air down? Is it? So what's this? Oh, you'll have to go back to that, right click whenever you post it, and then do it as plain text. Because I can't see what her. I can just see her name. Yes. Getting other people trained on the computer side. Does the tooling cut leave a lot of cleaning to do? Let's see. Is that the one that you just glued up?
I think this is the one I just glued up.
Okay. Do you want to sand that one and show kind of how you clean, how long it kind of takes to
So
clean it?
if it's leather to clean up, we use Bic 4 and a canvas. Other things you can do to clean up when you're laser engraving is put tape on, and then the laser will cut through the tape and it keeps the leather clean, but then you have to peel the tape off. You want to jump to 4 real quick? I'm going to show you this right now, and you can see it's a little dirty, and then also these edges are really black. I'm going to go ahead and sand those as well, because then I don't have to worry about getting black stuff all over my hands while we're working with it, or Tony doesn't have to. So.
Plus, when we do the edges, it doesn't get the soot all over the leather. The back is nice and pasted, though. Looks good.
It's going to get dusty in here.
It's better than using our little sander over there.
I don't know.
No. Got a lot of wood shavings going on over there.
Maybe I should take this outside.
Does anybody have a laser that they've been using that they have found success in? Or what's that other machine that everybody uses? Circuit? What's the other? Cricut?
Yeah.
Sure.
I think that's for really thin leather or paper.
I've never used one of those. I don't think we've ever had one in here either. Chad, go outside and sand and leave me. What is Tony putting on the leather with the glass thing? So that's a glass slicker. I went and stole it from Denny because Denny's not here and he's not gonna know that I took it, but it is Toco Pro. It's the same thing as Toconol. The viscosity of it is just a little bit lower. So it's just kind of been my go-to that I grab. That's the main difference that I can see between the two. It's just the viscosity of this is just a little bit less, and I liked it better, so Toco Pro or Toconol. Here's the same. There's the thing of Toconol. The engraved part will have ash and needs to be cleaned out. Can be done with water. Oh, the Big 4?
That'll condition your leather and
Yeah, and the thing with the Big 4 is while it is cleaning, it's not supposed to discolor your leather or make it any darker. With Veg Tan, if you just wet a part of it to clean your leather, then you could leave a watermark if you don't water your whole piece of leather. And that's not going to be so happy. Abigail came in yesterday, Holly. Did you get to see her?
I did.
Yeah.
Give her a hug.
She was deciding whether she was going to stay or not when Chad and I first tried to make this, and it was a debacle. She's like, I may have to just stay and watch so everybody can hear me giggle. She's going to take Liz's place of giggling. Stacey wasn't here, and then he went to lunch.
What day are you?
I know. To figure out how long you need to make your piece of leather, we just based it off of our gusset that we have here. And you can just take a tape measure. We go to the overhead there. Just take a tape measure and put it here. Not really a tape, but those fabric tape measures, and then just circle it around, and then come over till you have where you want your lid to be. All right.
We've rounded the corners on the part for the fold, but you could also make it look more like an envelope flap. Or
Yep,
there might be already a hole in there.
there is, but I'm gonna oil it first before I nail it on there. So I'll oil it and let it dry off. Dry out just a little bit from the oil. Just have neat foot oil. Don't have any gloves though. Gail must have done cleaning when she was here. And
Do you want me to go get some?
no, I'll just get oil on my hands. There may be enough on this where I don't even have to dump it out. So Denny just has the sheep's. See, there's a thing with token oil. You can see where it got on the edge, and it's still a little bit glue. Or the token oil is still there, so it just doesn't let the oil penetrate.
Elizabeth said same thing.
Elizabeth, I know that's what I always say to them. So we'll see how that dries back out. But you can see issue with the neat's foot oil or any oil that you put on after you do the token oil. You can see how far up on the edge you got crazy with the token oil.
I did.
Jeez.
I told you I got it on there.
Yeah. Now I can see all your mistakes have been revealed.
They will lighten up a little.
It will after that. We'll let that sit and we'll see what happens. See what happens to it. It's got nice character to it, isn't that what we say? It's got character to it now.
I mean, the first one was so great, we just threw it away. So
yeah. Nobody, never to be seen again. All right, what are we gonna do? What are we
we
gonna
learned a lot, right? Right, Tony?
Sure, if you say so.
What's next?
Yeah.
Here's this. I need to sand this other one.
Is it dry yet? Dry enough to sand?
It should be fine. It's not going anywhere. I'll sand this one, and then we can start cutting the leather. With that, if you want.
With the circle?
For the circles.
But I don't have my taping device in here to go around it. I'm just gonna make it up as I go.
Would you like me to go get you one? What? You kind of made it up as you went yesterday too. So
I know.
this isn't anything new.
We're just gonna measure it with the leather, but my hands are oily. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to go wash my hands.
Okay. No.
You gonna wait here and talk to everybody?
Yeah, sure. That's.
I'm gonna find gloves, and I'm gonna get gum trag.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do the next one with gum trag.
Sounds great.
We'll see if that'll help our oil.
Let's see if we can get some Glowforge questions in here, so we can talk a little about laser engravers. If you guys are,
Yeah, what else do we need to cut? Do we need to cut a piece of leather out?
we need to cut some flowers out of leather, and then we
Do you have your file ready for that?
not totally.
Okay, perfect. Well, let me go wash my hands and I'll be back when you can talk about that and then we'll make a flower file.
Anyway, it's all good. So if you got any laser engraving questions, throw them my way. Otherwise, I'll just kind of talk about the Glowforge a little bit more. Really, what's nice about the Glowforge is it has a camera in it. So whenever you you close the lid, it automatically takes a picture of what is in there, what material is in there. And that material you can see, and then you can position your artwork exactly where you want it and size it and rotate it and do all that just in a program. And you can see everything that's going to happen before you actually engrave. So that's really nice as well. And the Glowforge also has like settings for what material you put in there. So when I did this wood, I did like a deep wood, or like a unit. There's like a medium height and a deep height, and I did the deep. I usually like to go like one above whenever I'm cutting, and then I still mess with the settings and bump it up even more. What's your favorite hold down for pesky leathers? Nice. A lot of times we use magnets to hold down the leather. There's even leather that you put in that's thin, that'll kind of like bunch together as well, and so then you just kind of got to stretch it out and engrave it. So we use that. Yeah, so you just tell it whatever material you want when you're engraving it, and there's preset settings, and then I always mess with those settings, even though those settings have gone through tests to make sure that that's the best kind of thing that it should engrave, and the best way to engrave like a standard setting. But every leather is different, every wood is different, and you just have to play around with it and figure out what works best for you. Look at you and your...
I know, and then we want our flap to be over just a little bit. So maybe we'll cut our piece of leather 16 inches. How you feel about that?
Sounds good.
Okay. I'm glad you feel so good about it.
Yeah. Also, besides the magnets holding stuff down, they have these little pins that we've cut out of wood, and they fit into the grate, and that'll also help hold stuff down as well. So we have used those before as well, but mostly we just use magnets. We have a few different things here.
What are you doing?
Kind of show this over here. This one has this is made out of leather, just leather encasing a magnet. And then a lot of times we'll just have like little magnet pieces.
How wide are we going to make this barrel bag?
What do you think, Tony?
I don't know.
I don't think I'd make it too wide. If you wanted to make it longer, you probably would need to cut out another gusset, maybe. So you'd have like compartments in there.
Or if you had a pocket, if you put like a pocket separator in the middle, and you just put it between your gussets.
You could do it that way. I think just a little pouch would be good.
No. It's gonna straighten up my edge there.
Is it safe to tape the leather down in the Glowforge? I mean, I don't see why that would be a problem. A lot of times you'll put tape on there to keep the leather clean as well.
What happened there, Holly? Did you lose your other text box?
Yeah.
All right. Yes. Okay. Let's see. We'll make it how.
I'm not saying this, and then I'll get the other file ready.
What if we do it like 6 inches wide?
Sounds
How far did you do to your other one? Is that what we did the other one?
Yes, I think it was 6.
Yep.
Maybe you should do it 4 then.
Do it 4. That'd be a little bitty bag with big old gussets. Why don't I just do it 8 and see what happens?
All right, that sounds good. Tony's just gonna do whatever he wants.
Yeah, I ask what you like me to do, and then I will not take it into consideration. We'll just do whatever we want to. All right, and then we needed 16 inches long. That's what everybody probably wanted to tune in today, was just watch Chad and I goof off for an hour. And Holly's here. She's not goofing off yet. What do you think of the situation over there? How do you feel about it? All right, just so we can keep this square, we will just slice that off. And I'm just going to make a few cuts on it just so it just comes off and not pushing too hard. The leather's not rolling or anything like that. You can see I didn't use Denny's trusty head knife. Let's see. Thought I had a smaller one of these. Now we'll cut it off to width. My left-handedness will probably be in the way. There we go. Cut the. I didn't mean to that time. Is that better for you, Holly?
Mm-hmm.
Especially since it sliced through the ruler. Be a sharp edge on that now. Holly, what do you normally do here?
The puppet makers out to the inmates that we have.
Yeah.
Also, we have a monthly ad. Usually goes in our magazine right there behind you.
What do I want to do with this?
Bring sunshine and rainbows and good feelings.
How do I want this closure to be? How do I want it to overlap? Just round the corners?
You can get crazy.
Make it like an envelope?
Mm-hmm.
Simple chin.
What's the thickest way?
I've cut 8/9 on the Glowforge. I basically just cranked the power up to as far as it could go and then cut through it fine. If you get any thicker than 8/9, sometimes if it doesn't cut through, you can just run it again and you may be able to get through it that way. Or if it doesn't go all the way through, you can take an X-Acto knife and go around the final bit too. If you have to, but most of the time, I haven't had too much problem cutting through leather. I put those back on because the glue wasn't totally dry on this.
Oh. 1, 2, 3. 3.5.
So I think this wooden gusset was your idea, wasn't it, Tony?
It was. Sorry. Maybe I should be sorry to myself is what I should be sorry for right now.
So there's a lot of things you can do with the wooden gussets. I've seen backpacks, briefcases. What else have we seen? Phone cases? Was there a phone case? What other kinds of stuff can you make with the wood gussets?
I guess just about anything that had to have a gusset you can make out of it. I saw a backpack one time that was fully wood. The front and the back was wood.
Let me get those files ready.
Oh, you know, on our website, Chad, are we still doing those pink shirts?
Wasn't Wednesday the cutoff?
Probably, but I don't know that I've turned the shirts off, so.
Well, it was like today at 11:59 or something.
Yeah.
How much longer?
So, breast cancer awareness shirts is what we're talking about. And if you guys want to get some of it, it's going to have the Springfield Leather logo on the front, and then on the back of it's going to be a ribbon in a circle for breast cancer awareness.
Signature.
Yep, pink shirt with navy print. So you still got time to get it. It's going to be $25. The shipping is going to be included in that price. And you should be able to check out and it be $0 on the shipping.
But they'll get shipped later.
Yeah, we should get them in not next week, but the week after that. And then we'll start shipping them out there so we can ship them first class. Because we can't have first class shipping on our website because people try to ship sewing machines like that. All right. Now we will round the corner over. Just got a little rounding tool that we got here. Let me zoom this in just a little bit. So just a little round over tool. I don't know if you can see it or not. There you go. I think we have 3 different sizes of that. Then we do have the Swiss corner card that you can just make corners out of. Just going to round it over just a little bit.
Just get yourself up on
All right. Now, what are we going to do for this other part of it? I need... We can just use our tool. Where to go? Just use this. That's not going to work. We'll just have to draw one in. We could do a circle, a little point here, and then...
Let's use the yin.
Use the yin-yang.
Mm-hmm.
That might work all right. She's not here to laugh.
Mm-hmm.
Getting ready for Farm Fest.
Got a big old booth there, don't we?
We've got a lot of stuff going on.
We actually took 2 booth sizes this year. So I know they're going to have a bunch of cowhide rugs there.
Next weekend, we're going to be at Finley.
That's down in Ozark, isn't it?
Yep, it's in Ozark. There's a new restaurant, Makerspace,
Yeah.
by Johnny Morris, Bass Pro, right on the river. It's an old mill, and they have taken it and actually moved the entire thing. They moved the entire building,
Ow,
the
that
entire
sounds
mill,
expensive.
and they have redone it. And you know, Johnny Morris doesn't do anything
Halfway.
halfway. He goes all out. And then the weekend after that is rock. So we'll have to take a look at that as well. Lots of things going on. So Liz is going to be very busy.
So that's why she's not really here doing videos in October. We hinted with the idea of even live shopping, putting it on hold. I don't know how I feel about it yet. So I'm only going to bevel this top side. I'm not going to do the back because it'll be on that wood. What's wrong, Chad? I hear you puffing over there. Oh. All right. Let's do some gum trag on this.
It didn't want to be colored.
It didn't want to do color?
Yeah.
Can the laser do color?
So I set up different color guides on my file, and that way it automatically breaks the pieces apart when it goes to the laser. Because I want to engrave first, and then I want to. This is going to have holes for the stitching, so it's going to engrave, and then it's going to do the stitching holes, and then it's going to cut out the shape. So it's actually got 3 different colors.
I gotcha. So I have my tokenol here. Not my tokenol, my gum trag. And then I have a sponge, and that was what if you heard me, I was spraying it so I could get a little bit damp. Just put this on the back here. Just
Do we want to engrave this patch the same way leather is
what patch?
the yin yang patch? Should I get something thinner?
Uh, you can do it the same weight.
And we'll have to grab the-
Is anybody even still watching? They're just talking amongst themselves. That's how you avoid questions. You do something really simple, and then everybody just make fun of you instead. Be like, "Oh, that's easy."
You know, this looks really simple, but it's not.
The laser part of it,
Well, I mean,
putting gum track on the back of leather is pretty
it's
easy.
pretty simple. But
If
putting this whole thing together.
you need help doing it, Chad, I'll show you. I can teach you how to put gum track on the back of leather.
I need that skill.
Okay. You need help making any messes? I'm really good at that. Yeah, I know. I see the other piece of leather over there. That
Thank you.
Here's a good question for you.
What's the meaning of life? Ask Chevy guy.
Nick.
To leave the world better than you found it when you came into it.
It's a pretty good go at it. Simple, sweet.
Profound. I know.
Did you get that up top gun?
I don't think so. Maybe Tom said it. I don't know. You're just saying that because you know I like it. Just use the glass slicker and slick it back. Slick it all down. If you don't want to clean your floors, you can gum track them. And it'll smell just the same, just like Lysol.
It's a good smell.
It's a great smell. Don't let anybody tell you any different.
Can't bring this anymore. Good piece, want me to cut me off the chunk. It's going to be about 1 1/4. I'll cut off the chunk.
How's that piece work for you?
Great.
I got this one too here if you need it.
One's fine.
We got Herman Oak for days, bruh. What do you think if I gum track the front side of this too? Okay.
I mean, does my opinion matter?
Not anymore. It's got gum track on it. I don't mess around.
Holly's actually going to be in this room pretty soon, and she has no idea what she's getting.
She's getting a small taste for it.
Mm-hmm.
I love gum track. That's why I'm putting it on here. So you guys can just look and go, oh my god, he just took that piece of Herman Oak and he just put gum track all over the front of it. Like a big knucklehead. Yep. Now when I do this edge, it's not gonna... Oh, do I need to turn the fan back on?
Whenever you're ready. You're at a good spot.
No time like the present. All right, we'll be back. It'll probably be quiet because the noise suppression is going to catch it all. Sending the file into the program.
Use the web page so you have
Chad, we can't hear you.
can't at all.
I saw the question. I'll answer it after we turn off the fan again. Huh? It has been. They answered it on there. What was the answer? Yeah, and I put gum track on the front because I can. Because I like the smell of it. You can see it. Once it starts to dry back out, then I can go over the front side of it. It's already starting to dry out a little bit. I'm using the gum track this time to burnish the edge instead. You may turn this fan back off? I thought you were ready. All right, well, you do. I heard it. Things are happening. Did you laser out my, what were we doing on this? Were we doing flowers on this thing?
Yeah, you're gonna rip some flowers.
Okay.
Want to do that later on?
We can do it afterwards. I'm gonna hammer this together. Yeah.
Are you gonna glue it first?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, it's only gonna take 3 minutes.
3 minutes. Okay, I'll be quiet for 3 minutes. Not likely.
I'll think of those flowers. That'll be a while. Tony wanted to make sure you saw that glue on that wood gusset.
Riveting. You should have taped it.
I should have. I really should have. We could do it again.
It's only 3
You
minutes.
said we had Herman Oak for days, so.
Herman Oak for days.
Might be alright. Clean it with some Big Four. See what it looks like. If I have to do it again, it's another 3 minutes.
And a small piece of leather. You hang out here.
See how my whole spacing is too.
I do need to see where I need to glue the piece of leather. So I don't know if you want to go on overhead. I'm just taking my wing divider.
You go up way.
Oh, but I need. I don't need to put glue all the way on them.
Probably gonna be some math involved here.
9 inches.
Go back. Since Tony's off frame anyway. So it's almost done with the engraving, and then after this is done, it's gonna start cutting the holes so we can hand stitch this patch on. You can see how quick the spectre cutting is. And then a circle, cut it out. Would you say this is like 5 ounce
Yeah.
leather?
Yeah.
Oh, are you on this camera?
Nope. Not 3.
So if this wasn't cut all the way through, I would just leave it exactly where it is and just run this again. But I'm almost positive this is cut through. I probably overdid it. You can see all the little, and some of these stitch holes. I can just poke out with the awl. They're actually cut out. And then I will sand the edge of this so it's not black and clean it with Big 4 here. He's already got that fan on. He loves it so much.
Well, I mean, do we need it on still?
Nope.
Okay. I thought it was over.
And we still got to do our flowers later.
Later. We got 10 minutes left.
We've already gone an hour?
And we haven't even, no, we've gone 49 minutes, 50 minutes now. And we haven't even got a purse put together or a bag.
Yeah, we were going to do 2 of them, weren't we?
I think we're going to do 1. Maybe.
So the yin yang thing's not going to get done?
I mean, let's see what happens. We still got an after party on Twitch.
That's true. Maybe we'll do 1, and then the after party we'll do the second one. Okay. I think that sounds like a plan.
I think when you start rolling on here, you think you we'll need way more time to do all this stuff, and then you start going and jabber and have to deal with me. Time just runs out. Is there a danger of the laser burning through a piece and damaging the bed?
The bed is it's metal graded, and also the bottom is metal, so you're not going to cut through it.
Yeah, you could probably just run it without anything there, and it's still not going to mess it up.
Yeah. There's different kinds of lasers that will do metal.
Lasers.
Laser beams. This one will do some metal. You have to get a type of spray to put on it, and then you can engrave.
Have we done snap caps?
Mm-hmm. It kind of works. Not.
Yeah, like on line 24 snap.
Mm-hmm. Some SLC ones for funsies.
For funsies.
I like this envelope tab thing you got going on here.
Yeah. I made that up right on the fly. So I have my mark that's on my leather here, so I'm just going to put my purse strap right at the top of that line. And hopefully this folds over. Ooh. Looks like I'm going to have to wet it just a little bit.
You got any Toka Pro over there? There's some right here. I'm just going to Toka Pro the edge of this. Maybe a Big 4 first.
The Rennie is water-based, so it shouldn't affect it.
So when we got our Glowforge, we had it running in half an hour. It's basically just set it up to the Wi-Fi. It's got one switch on it. Well, it's got a button to start it, and then another on and off switch. So there's really not a whole lot to it. They tried to make it as easy as possible. The only thing that's a little different is you have to have Wi-Fi in order to run it. There's no cord that you could use.
Yeah, weren't you saying it was a web-based program?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you just go to Glowforge's website, and there's a link to their program once you have an account.
Mm.
Can you move over?
So I'm just lining up the outside edge. Again with the top of my purse strap at the top of the leather. Using Denny's favorite measuring device.
So
Yep, well I'm using mine. I'm not using his eyes. I'm using my eyes. He might get mad at me if I used his. Although Denny does always have the best tools. That's what Liz says.
it's true.
I don't know what you can see on camera too.
Yeah, that's good. Camera 2's where it's at. Is there anything else we're going to talk about today, gentlemen?
I don't know. Somebody does have a question. Have you ever made rubber stamps on the Glowforge?
I have not made rubber stamps. I've seen it done before. All I've made is the Delrin stamps, which is a hard plastic. It's pretty easy to do. You basically just reverse what you want to laser engrave. So you cut out all the stuff you don't want to show up when you stamp.
I'm going to put these things an inch apart.
Here you go, Tony. Your name.
That one's not going on this one, though.
Right.
That one's going on that one. We're going to put flowers on this, though, right?
That's true. So I guess I need to go cut some flowers, huh?
Yeah. So I'm just going to mark these an inch apart. What do you think about not doing them around the bottom of it?
Thickest wood, I would say a quarter would be safe. You might be able to do more than that.
We were nervous on this one. That's why we did this and then glued it back together.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to sit here and just do cut like 3 or 4 times, and you just watch it go over the same thing again and again. So we just thought it would be easier to do 2 shapes and glue them together. And you're not going to see the inside of that anyway, so you would never know that it's 2 shapes.
So I just got a punch, whoops, that I stole from Denny. Now where I mark those holes, I'm just poking it into the wood. Just so I can get it kind of pre-started. You won't have to see me struggle as much. First tack out, and it's on the floor. So we talked about too, even just using just little brass tacks or just little bitty tacks, but these are just the Spanish tacks that we have. 88-6850102, and that's a 100 pack of Spanish tack small. One key thing that you got to remember when you're hammering those in is hold your hammer in your left hand, even if you're not left-handed, because left-handed people are the coolest.
How many flowers you want, Tony?
2 flowers would be perfect.
What size?
The size that they need to be.
You are going to use a rivet there, so I want to make it bigger than that.
Yeah, make it bigger than the rivet.
Yeah.
Rivet.
So you're thinking 3/4 an inch? An inch?
An inch would be big. Let's see. 3/4.
I think it's good.
3/4?
Okay.
I like it.
3/4 it is.
I better set this back to an inch, otherwise I'll forget, and then I'll mark the other side the wrong size. I guess you could use this little thing as like a binocular case. How much does the fume extractor? What was the add-on for that? Yeah, the air filter part.
Yeah, that's what we're running in here.
How much was it? He's got to Google it. And by Google, I mean go to Glowforge's page and look it up. Ask Jeeves. It was getting really hard to hold this in place, so I had to hammer it down.
Tiny.
Yeah. Oh, this tack is all jacked. I wonder if that's one I used yesterday and messed it up. Hey, Holly, will you come hold this while I hammer it?
Oh.
Almost got her. She started walking this way, and then she thought better of it.
Okay, the Glowforge air filter is $1,000.
$1,000 for the air filtering system. Did you talk about using chrome tan on it, or just using it on veg tan?
No,
Yeah, I don't think Glowforge recommends it. We've lasered a lot of things on our Glowforge, and we've had them for a minute, and they're still working.
we use it every day, pretty much all day. And we throw whatever in there.
Do you know how often the Glowforge needs to be recharged, or does it need to be? So it plugs into just a regular 120 wall.
Yeah, as far
So
as
it doesn't-
charged, I mean, you don't really do anything. The only thing you do is you'll clean the lens every month, and you can just take that out with a magnetic tool. The only other maintenance is it gets pretty dirty in there, so you can just use like a disinfecting wipes or Windex, and we'll go in and clean inside there. You can tell it's definitely used.
Man. Wow, this looks a lot better than the one yesterday, Chad.
I know, I'm telling you.
Not bad for the second time. It's like when Denny gets on here, he's like, "How many have you made?" You're like, "Well, this is number 2."
It was bad this morning. Tony's like, I don't think we should do this video. And I was like, I think it'll be alright.
It's like, my nose is running. Can we cancel? I don't know if you want to go back to camera 2 there. If you want, you can hit that. Remember, we have that picture-in-picture. You can just run those at the same time if you want that main camera and camera 2. I'm glad to see that there's still questions. Guess that means that people are still watching. Haven't completely bored everybody. Oh, you can do them the other way if you want,
We are the C Squad.
right? The replacements. Hit number 2 on the camera and then switch that software back to 1.
But what's even more exciting is I'll be back on Friday.
Oh yeah. Got sneakers to paint. Gonna try that out. Do we have that whitening stuff for the soles?
I was gonna die. another color. 'Cause, yeah, that they are very yellow. Those sneakers were bought on Poshmark for $25.
Some Jordans for $25.
Yeah,
You got steal. Just like mine.
I'm gonna paint them.
He wasn't much of a. I mean, he played defense really well, but I don't think he was. I don't think he was the leader in steals, was he?
I don't know. I think he was more he's an offensive player. I think that's why we have the LeBron argument all the time.
You don't argue NBA with me very much because I don't watch the NBA. What type of laser carvings can you do with the Glowforge? I guess it depends on what kind of laser carvings can you come up with.
Maybe I should go get that portfolio.
Yeah.
And we can look at it.
What we did. Can you do the glass on there?
Yep, the glass was done on a laser.
On a Glowforge?
Yep.
Laser glass etching, metal. We talked about that. Engraving on it. Not so much cutting it. We haven't done it.
They call it etching. Yeah, those we did.
Etching glass.
Yep. You know, mirrors. Laser engrave on mirrors.
That would be glass. Oh, we did that one with the cowboy. The cowboy that had a mustache.
Yeah, we've also engraved rocks.
Oh yeah, we have shown that. And then if you do that gilder's paste on top of it.
I mean, you can cut out cardboard. You can cut paper in there if you want.
Bondex.
Bontex. Oh, when we did what was that video that we did with
The
Liz?
airbrushing patterns were done with.
The airbrushing patterns. That's what I was thinking of.
They were laser engraved cut.
Yeah, I was gonna make my daughter a horse because they glitter their horses for their drill team. And I was gonna do her a Bontex one so she could just spray the hairspray and put the glitter in a pile and do a heart. Fail. Dad fail.
Question about the procedures after you laser. For built-in or
Well, the biggest thing to do, and even when I have engraved an oil tan before, it was a buffalo, and I did the same thing. I just took the Big 4 and cleaned the engraving with Big 4. When you do the cut, you want to sand that you want to sand it back off, and then you can still Big 4 before or after. And so right on here it says conditions, cleans, polishes, protects, will not darken finished leather.
another question.
Okay? So the custom stamps you guys make, are those made on something different than a laser?
Yes.
A CNC?
They're made on a CNC machine.
And that's the brass or magnesium?
No, we're still going.
So other than Chad crazy with Toco Pro,
Pretty good. I bet you're ready for those flowers, aren't you?
yeah, because I'm going to put those flowers on. And then I will wet this lid down and I will mold it. I was deciding if I was going to put some on the bottom, but I think I'm going to leave it because that's hard to put something right there. We had a pair of binoculars. I'd put them in there and try it out. I think it'd work for a binocular
You can use
case.
it for whatever you want. Oh, are you going to do a strap?
Oh, yeah.
Just doesn't have to be anything crazy. It could just be a handle, too.
A handle? Now you're testing my abilities.
Photo engraving.
Photo engravings? Yep.
I'm going to go grab a portfolio here in a little bit. And
Here in a little bit. We're already 12:07 here in a little bit, Chad.
as soon as I get these flowers going.
You know, that piece of veg that I cut this other one out had a straight edge on it that I was going to use for straps. How long is this piece?
I feel like this is going pretty good, even though we're throwing it together.
This is going really good, even though we cobbled it together. What if I just straight edge this? If I knew what I did with the cutting device. Oh, Chad took it all the way over there. Boy, if I had Denny's round knife skills, I would use them. Let's pretend this is a round or a head knife. And watch this. Wow. Just like Chucky D. He was going on vacation again. He was taking a small little trip. We should have tucked away that device we were talking about. Since it's burning, if you engrave on leather or wood, do you need to wipe it off to remove the soot? Yep, that's what the Big 4 is for.
It conditions it and it burns it.
Yeah, and just like your skin, if you get burnt, you got to put something on it to condition it. The leather is the same way. So I have
It works well to get off the
what?
air. Works well.
Oh, air hose. Yeah, if you got an air.
Air works too, just to get it basic.
So I got my strap cutter set to 1 inch here. If I can get it. Whose is this? Good grief. Oh, this is not Denny's. See, this is why you can't use tools that aren't Denny's because they're jacked up. I think this one's Clayton's, and he was cutting something that was thin.
I'm wondering why you're all by yourself.
Because Chad left.
I'm right here.
Chad went to go get his book.
Oh, they
Can
said
we,
you stole the wrong person's.
I didn't. Chad got this.
well, that,
This is not Denny's.
no, it's Clayton's.
Yeah.
Do you want me to get Denny's?
No. Not anymore.
Can we turn the fan on?
Sure.
And I'll get-
What do you want to show these pictures first, or you're going to cut that first?
Let's cut first.
Okay.
No, I'm still here.
Everybody gets annoyed with me, so just leave.
Yeah, and I've been talking off camera as well, answering questions.
Okay.
All right. Abigail, you want to go to?
Holly, because Abigail's at her house. Abigail, can you log into my
You're just gonna have
computer and switch cameras?
Me.
You think she can hear you?
Abigail.
All right. So I'm going to push the button. We're going to go here. I've set this up so it's on the leather that we cut the yin yang patch out.
It's not really thick enough for her.
Abigail goes, what?
Nice. Make sure we cut all the way through here, and we did. Flowers for us. Is that going to be good?
Oh, that hole is way too big.
I thought so.
Oh, here's the hole.
So anyway,
My whole rivet will probably fall through there.
all right.
Redesign. All right. Let me just get this other one done.
Let's do things.
Oh,
We'll just use the same piece of leather again. We'll just cut out more flowers.
hungry, so we don't got to quit for a while. Everybody else gets hungry, so they want to go in the video. We can stream on everything for hours. Come back when you get done with lunch. I'll still be here. You know what I did forget to do? I forgot to bevel my edge before I oiled that. Good thing I cut two. Yeah. But I am going to cut it off and just make it a handle, and we're just going to pretend it's a binocular case instead. Instead of a purse strap. Because our straps, the leather we had to make straps, were not really long enough. 6 inches. We're going to make a 16-inch strap. You don't like Illustrator? Not today. Of the days. Tuesdays are great days.
All of it is I used to use it all the time.
All right, where's my punch at? I had a little punch. There it is. I don't know if that goes. Yeah.
I think 5 is a good full size.
Where did I give you that?
I think it's just right.
If you made it, this is 16th. So make it over just a little over a 16th.
Yeah.
Oh, you took it down. I didn't see it. How thick did the gusset end up being when they glued the two pieces? So the other ones that we kind of saw were about a 1/2 inch thick. But they didn't do it on a Glowforge. So we glued two pieces of like 3/8 together. So we're not 3/8, 3/16. So we're right at 3/8, real close to a 1/2 inch, just under. All right. Now let's bevel this. What? It's not bad. I mean, we're pretty much still designing it as we're doing it here. I have a number 3 SLC Pro Beveler. And I just rounded the corners of this off, just for aesthetics. Huh? What am I good at? Just trying to see what time it was. We're only 17 minutes. About there. The hardest thing to bevel is those round little bitty corners. I am going to bevel the back side of this though. And honestly, this would probably be better, a little bit thicker than what this leather is, because this is still about 5. It'd be better if it was doubled up. Have that other piece over there that I oiled.
Ollie, do you want to show the Glowforge real quick?
Of what? Oh, it was up in the corner.
So as you can see, I positioned these new flowers in the areas that we haven't cut, and it was really easy to do. Just use the same piece of leather.
So you can actually take the artwork in the Glowforge and move it around. It has a camera on it that you can see to be able to position it where you want your stuff to be cut.
For some reason, it's deciding to go over that line twice. See how it looks. And then we have some little flowers and a little sand off.
Do the rivets fit in there?
Otherwise, we'll be doing it again. Oh yeah, like a glove.
Like a glove, not a glove. Snap. These are double cap rivets. Like a small double cap rivet.
Nice. We can lose the fan.
We can lose the fan.
Yep.
Stacy's back. Back again.
Are we going to be using the Glowforge again?
I don't know. Are we done with it?
I think so. If so, I might turn it off and then we'll lose.
We did our tag piece, did we? Oh, you did that with the. Yep. We might be done with it.
Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and shut this off and be quiet in here.
All right. Just gum tracking this piece a little bit.
This looks good, Tony.
Not bad for my first time. There's lots of ways to skin a cat, Denny said.
How is the smell? Mostly since we've been doing wood in here, it smells like a campfire. It's not that bad.
Stacy, when you came from the outside to the inside, how did it smell in here?
I didn't know.
You didn't notice? Stacy laser stuff a lot though, so.
I know, John.
No, it's not too bad.
Well, what do you say we finish up this one? Oh, you got my flowers done, don't you?
Yeah. Oh, I should probably sand those.
I mean, you could. You can stand there and keep looking at them.
Watching you work.
So I'm going to feed this through and then back through. Like that. It did get a little black on there because the hole is black, but then I'm just going to punch a hole right there. It should be able to rotate up. So you can see it still gets a little bit of soot on there. Not ideal, but
Smell from laser engraving isn't terrible. It's when you're laser engraving acrylic or cutting acrylic that's a little nauseous.
you know what we don't have is a hole punch to punch in this. All right, look at that while I go get a hole punch. We're
Would you look at
extra
that?
prepared.
She made things happen. I don't care.
They are.
I guess I could go on this one and you guys can watch me sand this. So I'm just sanding the black char that's on the outside of these flowers. And then after I'm done with this, I'm going to pick for it. I also have this portfolio here. I can start showing you stuff after I... Just kind of stuff that we've done. It's, you know, it's a normal portfolio. You probably want to redo stuff later after you look at it. I'm not even sure exactly what's in there.
Where?
This portfolio.
You can do.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's how my personality is. All right, let me shut the door.
So yeah, just pick 4 in this now. You can see how most of this char is coming off the top. And then I'll also throw a little bit on the sides here. Here's your 1 flower for you, Tony. You know, we were supposed to keep this thing manly, and here we are doing flowers.
Yeah, with rivets.
We should have gone like fires.
Okay, but I need to put rivets on. I need to put these on this, right? All right. Take my strap out there. Do you want to sand these any? We're gonna bevel them. That'd be hard to bevel.
I did sand them.
Oh. Well, looks great.
Thanks, Tony. Don't know if that was a compliment or not.
Let me just rub some of this on there. Some people call it gum trag. I call it this stuff until I can remember what it's called.
So this actually did a double pass on the outside, and I think it was the way the file was set up. So it's a little charred, but it's character.
That makes it more manly. It's a charred flower.
There we go.
Underneath your binder, do you show anything on that binder?
Not yet.
I need some double cap rivets out of there. In that binder. Not in the binder, under the binder.
Which one do you want?
I think I want these. Will you find me little caps that go with that?
Maybe. I did the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
They're not those, are they?
Mm-mm. They'll be in that. All right, where do
Those were not. There's that.
where do I want these? Here?
Yeah.
You go overhead there, Holly. Look how charred they got.
I know.
2 passes.
We also, if we would put tape on it, it would have been clean as well. There's that. It's good to show you what not to do, as well as what to do.
Yeah, we're good at that.
Mm-hmm.
Does it look about even there? You could measure it.
But Denny wouldn't.
Mm-mm.
It asked if you picked out manly double cap rivet.
Yeah, antique brass.
Abigail could barely stay in here yesterday while we were working on stuff because
He was just laughing at everything.
we were talking about working on purses and flowers and
Okay.
it was probably entertaining.
People are saying the char creates depth.
Good. As long as it's doing something, then it worked out. All right. Now I got this piece, and that piece. Look at that. Just enough room.
Nice. Are we gonna do the clasp with the last thing, the very last?
Yeah, I could find. I was looking at that. And I was like, oh, how are we gonna keep this closed?
Mm-hmm. Do you know another one?
Nope.
Okay.
We may have to do the clasp. I don't even know what clasp are we doing on this. Oh yeah, we're doing that flower clasp.
That's why we went with the flower
Yeah,
shapes.
you're gonna have me making stuff up on that. You want to open it? See what it looks like. I have never put one of these in. You explain as you work, so we know what your item you're using. And why. Okay, so this is this is just a hole punch, and I used it to punch a hole in the leather to set this double cap rivet. which is an antique brass double cap rivet. And I'm using a piece of steel, and I'm going to make sure that I miss these 2 holes on there because I have done that and shoved it right through. There you go.
Smashing. There's that. This looks like it just screws in.
Yeah, look at that. You can see where we got crazy with the Toco Pro, or Toconol, whatever Chad was using on there.
It was the Toco Pro.
I have never put one of these in.
So you probably just punch 2 holes.
It looks like I had to punch 3 holes because I had to hold a hole for this, and I got to have 2 holes for that.
I did get that little cutting board right there.
Oh, perfect.
You were talking about. This is probably something you should have done earlier on.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Do we have any? I don't even have a screwdriver to take this screw out. We'll put it back in when I get done. And I don't know if these screws are long enough to run through the leather. Oh, no, I don't. Oh, I don't know.
Set the sky bit a little.
Jeez Louise. It'll work.
Okay.
Look how little that screw
It
is.
is a tiny screw. Must need like tweezers or something.
How's that going to stay on there?
That's how tiny it is.
How's that going to work?
That's a manly screw right there.
Yeah. I guess I could measure the center of it because I know that it's 3 inches, right? Look at that. If anything, people could be entertained from today. All right. Now I got that.
I mean, this is something we've never done before. It's good. Wooden gussets.
Me and you doing a video we have no idea what we're doing here. Go for it. Let's see, is my hole punch big enough? I'm gonna use this hole punch again. Is that big enough? I used a right angle, and then I used a little CS Osborne number 478 poker to poke a hole. Oh yeah, the flower thing is gonna go there, so I need to put a hole here. But I may need Denny's bigger punch.
Does he have hole punches like that? It's bigger.
Yeah, but let's see.
Do you want to show the portfolio?
Oh yeah, you want to show the portfolio?
Well, I mean, this is pretty entertaining.
Yeah, I need a bigger hole punch.
Okay, I'll do that, and you can get the hole punch. How's that sound?
Oh sure. I'm just curious how the screw thing is going to go through there. All right, go ahead. Sorry. Do you want that space there? Here you go.
The guy said that the moral of the story is Liz and Denny's job is secured.
Wow, thanks, Chevy guy.
Listen here. I got a home right over by the computer.
I think we're all pretty secure. This is a laser engraved bookmark. I actually designed this. So, and it's got some initials on here. This is kind of to show how you can personalize stuff.
It's pretty entertaining seeing 2 behind the scene guys.
Try to leather craft? Hey guys, watch this leather crafting. It's easy.
You want to know how much leather crafting I do? 0.
You're seeing it right now.
An hour and a half worth of leather crafting.
This is like a little, it's pretty dark, but this is a rusty patch. Oh, there's his phone number too. It's alright, we give that away freely. Some more engraved keychains, key fobs here. Coasters, Kansas City Chiefs. Trying to keep this in frame. I have no idea what's in there. I haven't looked in this portfolio in a long time. This is gum track on a split. And it's of some horses. And that's like a photo realistic engraving. And then this name and just some different fonts. I'm not sure why that's in there. Some more coasters. Missouri. All right, let's see what's in this bag. Just some more random key fobs. This is just on some colored. Do I sell my files? A lot of times when we do stuff, we just grab it off the internet and just use it. This is engraved on rawhide. It's interesting. You know, we didn't talk about engraving on rawhide. This looks like a bigger.
Oh, that's on a split, on a veg split.
I don't know why this is in there, but this is one of the first things I did when I started my laser engraving job 3+ years ago. Is I engraved just on a bunch of different leathers to see how they'd work, and I would do these @ symbols. Nothing too exciting. Here's another bookmark that I designed. Maybe they have them in here just to show that, yes, we can laser engrave on these. So you can see this is very textured, but it did engrave, but you'll lose just a piece of leather. Like I said, whenever you go through your portfolio, you're going to want to change it. It's just the way it is. This is a continuous line that made that. I'll show that. You probably saw it. Map of the US. But you can see how clean like the text is on the engraving.
Is that a pre-cut?
Yes, and we also have a pre-cut of the United States as well. Some more key fobs. This is just random stuff that we have on retail that sometimes we'll pull out and show people. Here's another split engraving. So yeah, some examples. We need to see what Tony's up to over here.
Need to such a.
Hopefully I didn't lose those screws.
I still don't have anything to put them in with.
Anybody got an eyeglass kit handy?
I don't know. That's not going to work. All right, I'll have to screw with that later. Let's put a handle on this thing. I can do that. So I poked my holes in this already. Can I get more parts over there?
Yep. Rivets?
Mm-hmm.
Same thing?
Mm-hmm.
How many you want?
2. And then we'll call this a day. And then we'll try to figure out this closer thing on Twitch. Get another cap. I'll put that one on the floor. Put it on the ground.
Happy birthday to the ground.
Yeah. How do you feel about this hour and a half of your life, Chad? You'll never get it back.
I mean, it could have been worse.
Mm-hmm. That's going to be a little bit handy.
I would say it's productive.
Not that's going to be useful. Because our lid's not going to open. I'm going to need a bigger handle. Ta-da! I got another piece over there. I have to make it a little bit longer because my lid won't open. Guess unless I shove it back through here. If I just leave this one unriveted, then I can just take the handle out and I can open my lid. Anyway, what are we doing on Friday?
Shoes. I'm going to paint some shoes. I should have one painted, and then I'll be working on the other one. So we have some paint markers, and I'm going to break out some Angelus paint. and we're gonna see what we can do with these. So, like I said, these are just cheapo shoes, but they're pretty nice.
You gonna do some SLC? What are you thinking you're gonna do on there?
I was thinking about doing some like old school tattoo designs on
Oh,
it.
nice.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
But I also want to take off like the swoosh, and I'll probably on each side, and I'll probably do some exotic leather swooshes on it, maybe.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I'll stitch it and then glue it on. We'll like fake stitch it on.
Okay. Oh, you'll stitch the piece and then glue the swoosh
And then
back.
glue the swoosh back on. So
That's how you take care of that.
yep. And maybe I'll do some exotics in some other areas as well.
All right, that's what we got going on Friday. Then next week after that, I'm not sure what we have, but then on the 27th, whatever the last week of this month is, we're going to have a guy from Wyoming that's coming in to visit us, and he's going to be doing some custom molded bowls using some embossed leathers and then also using some Herman oak. So
They are very neat.
yeah, really cool. A lot different than other molded bowls that we have done here before. So he's going to go through his process. He gave me the instructions for it. So we're going to make it a PDF, and you guys will be able to download that and follow along with what he's got going on. So that could be cool. I think it's going to be. It's got to be better than this.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought this was okay. Hopefully you guys thought it was okay.
Yeah. It was. We started at the beginning, and now we're ending at the end. So if there's any more questions in there, Holly?
Nope.
Nope. All right. You guys take care.
Have a good one.
It's been fun. It's been real, but we got to go. Uh-oh. Hit the title screen.